To do this book fold, you're going to need a soft covered book. Depending on how thick your pages are, will depend on how many pages you need. This is going to be 458. If I don't need as many, then I'll take some off later. So if you go ahead and remove the cover. You just go ahead. It's easy as that. You won't need that. And then you'll have this stack of pages like this. Now to do this fold, it's a 3-part. So the first one, you're going to take the 2 corners, bring them to the middle, just like that. And then if you have a bone folder, that's even better, but you don't need one. You could also just use a credit card or something, or just your fingers. And that first step is done. Now the second step. So this one is in the middle. Now for the one on the top, you're going to take the top right corner, bring it down along the gutter, and the gutter is this part of the book right here, the opposite of the spine. And then you're going to take the bottom right corner and meet it up to that triangle, so it looks like a sailboat. So that's the second step. Now you're going to do the opposite. You're going to bring the bottom right corner up to the spine, or the gutter, and then the top right down to meet at the seam. So it's like an upside down sailboat. And those are the 3 steps, and you're just going to repeat them. So now for the middle one, which I always like to do this way, I think it's just easier to do on the side. Have it meet. Again, you really don't need a bone folder. If you have one, it's real nice. And then you're going to take your top right, bring it down, and the bottom to form your sailboat. And then go ahead and do the opposite. Bottom right, bring it up. Top right, bring it down for your upside down sailboat. And then you're going to go back to the middle. We do a triangle in the middle. And you're just going to keep repeating that pattern all throughout. Now as you get further in, it's going to start, the spine of your book right here is going to start to curve. That's what you want to happen, so no worries when that happens. But as you can already see, this is what it's going to look like with the 3, it almost looks like a mountain range right here with the 3 mountains. And it's going to go all the way around. Please keep watching though, because as I do this at the end, I'm going to show you all different ways to decorate this with all different flowers. So I'm super excited for that. So I'm going to keep going and then we'll meet back. So as I continue, you can see the sort of the pattern. I love how this is coming. And then if it's very confusing for you to jump between the 3 different folds, what you can do, which I kind of find easier, is you can do one fold at a time. So let's say you're doing this upside down sailboat fold, right? You can then count 1, 2, skip those, and then go back to that same fold. And just do one fold at a time that way. I think for some people, including myself, that's a lot easier. So skip the 2. Skip the 2. And then you go back and do the other folds. Some people find that a lot easier, including myself. So while I'm doing this, this would be a great time for you to like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of the weekly tutorials. And if you wouldn't mind, I would also like to hear your comments. How did you decorate your fold? Love to know. So then what you would do, if you did it that way, is the next fold would be the middle fold. So now I'm going to do all the middle folds. that. Skip the 2. Go ahead and do your middle fold. I just think it goes faster this way. But just find out what works for you. And then go back and do your sailboat one. Skip the 2. And so this is what I have right now. As I continue, as I said, this is going to start to bend to accommodate the 360, because this will just keep going and going. So put on a good audiobook or a good TV show, relax, and get folding. So when you're finished, you're going to notice that it's going to come all the way around, and then this spine right here gets really, really curved. So to complete this, you're going to go ahead and glue right here. So you're going to need a glue gun, and you're going to place quite a lot of glue right along the edge right there. And then hold it tight for a second. Just give that a nice tight squeeze. And now you can see you have completed the complete circle right here. And so this is what it should look like at this point from the top. And then to decorate, one beautiful option for decorating this book fold is with roses. So I'm going to show you how to make roses. I did this out of an old children's book. I think it's actually a cookbook. And so you're going to need squares. I did mine 10 centimeters. Again, if you want smaller roses, you could go down to 8 centimeters or even smaller, or you can go larger. But I think 10's a good spot. So go ahead and take your first square, and you're going to fold it diagonally. Fold it in half again. And fold it in half again. Now the most important step is to make sure that this folded edge right here is pointing to the left. And then you're going to go ahead and draw half a heart shape onto this. So just like this. And then you're going to cut that out. And that's going to create your petal cluster. And then you're going to cut the tip off. And then you're going to unfold that. And that's what you're left with. And you're going to need 4 for each rose. So let me show you that again. Fold it in half diagonally. Fold in half again. Fold in half a third time. So you're folding it 3 times. Then you're going to make sure that the folded edge is pointing to the left, and then you're going to cut out that half a heart shape. And then cut the tip off. So go ahead and make 2 more. And as you can see, once you make a few, they go quite fast. And if they're not exactly the same, no worries. Rose petals really don't need to be exactly the same to be beautiful. But I picked this paper because I love this little filigree work around the sides. I think that's really pretty. Okay, so once you have your 4, the fun can begin. So out of your first petal, your petal cluster, you're going to cut 1 out. Okay? And you're going to line these up so the 1 goes here, and then the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 7 goes there. The next one, you're going to go ahead and cut 2 out. And then you're going to cut 3 out. And then this one you'll cut the 4, which really you're just cutting it right in half, like so. And then you can either take a glue gun or white glue, whichever you prefer. And you're going to take your one with the 7 petal clusters, and you're going to place glue on one of them. Of course, when it's on video cameras, when this glue doesn't want to work. Place your glue, and then you're going to put this over the overlap at 1, and that's what's going to give it the nice dimension that you're looking for. It's easy as that. And then you're going to do that to the next one. So another option besides the white glue is you can use a glue gun. Just use a tiny little bit and then continue the overlapping like so. It actually goes faster with the glue gun, so that's a great option. Take your next one, overlap it. It's a little bit trickier with the 2 smallest ones. You just kind of roll them. There's a little baby one. And then what you're going to do, to glue these together, you're just going to put a little bit of glue around the center. And then when you put this, attach them, try to get your petals to be opposite. So the gap was here, so then I made sure a petal went there. I just put it in the palm of my hand. One's going to go there, like so. Put that one there. See how it's coming together really pretty. And last one. The last one. Oops. And then for the last one, I just put the glue right on the petal itself. And then stick it as far down as I can. And then what you do, so this kind of looks a little bit stiff. So once your glue is dried, you're going to go ahead and curlies. If you have a quilling tool, you can use that to curl them. But if you don't, you can just use a pencil or something. That works too. So it's really just preference in what you have. But you see how that's just giving a little bit more of the life-like look that I wanted. And this part, honestly, is the time-consuming part. And you don't have to do it, but I just think it adds a lot to it. And this is just going to look so beautiful on our book folding sculpture. So you can do it with the quilling tool. And then the other option is just use a pen or a pencil, whatever you have. It's a bit thick. If you had like, or a skewer, that would work. But you can just use that and bend it around. It's a little bit quicker probably. But really just whatever you prefer. So just keep on going around, bending them until you have them positioned the way you like it. You know, it's just preference really. But look how beautiful the rose comes out, like at this point from the top. And then to decorate, I've made all different roses, and then I'm going to decorate this with the roses. So I'm going to go ahead and start with one on the top, like so, and then I will glue them in a diagonal going down, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit of glue right on top, and that should hold it in place. And just kind of let it go the way it wants to go. That way you're not really fighting it. Like so. And then I'm going to add my next one. And I try to do a mix of different colors, and some of them with more print than others, just to give it some. So the next one I'll place right here, like so. And then I'll just keep on going all the way down at a diagonal, and I will show you the finished product.